Today I'm going to talk about dream interpretation of a dream about a lake and also a dream about a pond. It's Chapman, and I am the creator of the Creative Dream Interpretation System. I believe that you receive messages from your powerful, eternal, subconscious mind in your dreams, and you can even have past life memories and your experiences from Atlantis in your dreams. So today, let's get on with a lake dream. Oh, and if you're watching this video because you want to know what a pond dream means, I have put time codes in the description below that takes you to the part of the video that is about ponds, and that includes a pond with ducks, geese, frogs, water lilies, lotus, a number of things. You'll see them down there. So let's start with a lake. Now, you know, a lake is a huge inland body of water, and it's different from an ocean because it has fresh water. So therefore, one of the reasons you may dream about a lake is because lakes are the sources of a lot of our drinking water on Earth. So your dream may be saying, do you need to drink more water? So ask yourself, do I drink enough water during the day? All right, so maybe that's not it, and it's not a common dream meaning for a lake dream. The other one has to do with water is a symbol in dreams that has to do with emotions. But unlike the ocean, which is sort of vast and endless, a lake is surrounded by land. Now, land in a dream usually symbolizes practical matters. Therefore, another meaning for a lake dream is that your emotions are contained or that they are stable. However, what if the lake in your dream is a dirty lake? Well, now we're dealing with feeling depressed. And are you feeling down? I mean, you know, nowadays there's a lot of reasons to be feeling down. People are super stressed at this time. Fortunately, you can get help online with counseling and therapy. So if that's the case for you, consider it. Now, what if you dream about a beautiful, calm lake, like this one that I videotaped of Cobá Lake in Yucatan? Well, not surprisingly, if you're dreaming about a beautiful, calm lake, the interpretation of that dream has to do with calm, peaceful emotions. Now, on the other hand, what if you dream about a lake that's all dried up? It could mean that people you're associated with are sort of dried up as far as being truthful or dependable to you. Something to think about. So if that's not working for you, I've got one more possible meaning for your dream. And remember, the reason why I'm throwing out different types of meanings, and the reason why when you go looking online or in books for dream interpretations of various symbols, you find many, many different things. It's because different symbols mean different things to different people, for one thing. For another thing, those symbols can mean different things based on what's happening in your waking life. And that's why I've made my 3-step creative dream interpretation checklist, which you can find in a link down below in the description. But it's also why I've made numerous suggestions of what your lake dream could mean. So this is the last one I'm going to suggest. Now, for many people, going to the lake is what they do for their vacation. So a lake could symbolize rest, relaxation, and recreation. And so if you dream about a lake, and as I'm telling you this, it's resonating with you. Yes, that's what a lake means to me. Therefore, your dream could mean that you're yearning for some rest, relaxation, and recreation, or you deserve some, or you've earned the right to get some rest, relaxation, and recreation. All right, I'm done with lakes now. Let's go on to ponds. And you know, ponds are so cute because they're like little lakes. And sometimes ponds are man-made. They might be made by a farmer to provide a watering place for his livestock, but most of the time, most people are going to encounter a pond in a park, somewhere that's beautiful, that they can go to get away from the cares of city life. Like this beautiful pond that I videotaped in Minaroo Park, which is in Richmond, British Columbia. It is a great spot. Not surprisingly, one of the dream interpretations for a pond has to do with tranquility, because that's why people are there in the park at the pond. So right away, because you're dreaming about a pond, you're already dreaming about some really, really positive meanings. And so it's not a surprise that, say, if you dream of ducks in a pond, ducks are really positive symbols as well of good fortune. Another thing a duck can symbolize, quack, 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 is gossip. So be careful. Are you gossiping, or is somebody bugging you with gossip? And if you dream about geese in a pond, they could mean that really positive changes are coming your way. Now, what about beautiful water lilies that you often find in ponds? Well, the interesting thing about water lilies is their roots are way deep in the murk of the pond, and then they have the stem that comes up through the water, and then at the surface makes, of course, the lily pad, and then it's got that beautiful water lily on top. So a water lily can symbolize rising above the murk of our own negative attributes, similar with a lotus. And the lotus, in fact, is associated with the Buddha and the spiritual path. So if you dream of a lotus in a pond, it has to do with even enlightenment. Now, since we were talking about lily pads, what about frogs in ponds? Well, a frog is a really positive symbol to dream about as well. Frogs often symbolize rebirth and renewal and transformation. That's because frogs start as eggs, then they transform to tadpoles, and then they become frogs. So what a wonderful symbol for transformation. Now, the final creature in a pond that you may dream about is that magnificent bird, a great blue heron. Now, you know what? Great blue heron, it's always standing in the water, looking down, hoping to get a fish. So remember, fish are really good symbols. So here, the heron, if you dream about it, it symbolizes having the ability to find goodness, riches in even murky situations. Another great symbol. Gosh, I wish I dreamt about ponds, because those symbols sound really wonderful. Oh, you know, I'm telling you all about a great blue heron catching fish as if I've already talked about a fish in this video, a fish in a pond, and I haven't. Well, so what does it mean if you dream about fish in a pond or a fish pond? Well, just think. People go fishing for fish, so when you go fishing and you catch a fish, you feel really, really good. And it's not surprising then that fish in a pond are a symbol of prosperity, of good fortune. Now, you know, because fish are like swimming around and wiggling around when they're swimming, they also can symbolize a desire for a challenge in your life, for something exciting. Now, these particular fish are koi, and koi have a special symbolism, and that has to do with friendship and affection, and they're certainly beautiful. It's Chapman, and here are some more of my videos right here that you would probably benefit from and enjoy, and I am wishing you happy dreaming.